Well, hello there. Thanks for dropping by Media Champions today. You're going to be so glad that you did. I'm your host, Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. Today, we're excited to have on the program Angela Moore. She is the president of 6 Degrees Digital Media out in Arizona, and we're ready to pick her brain. Angela, welcome to the program.
Thanks. Is it MT, right? So I hope that's not too informal,
Yes.
yeah,
No, MT
excited
is
to
fine. I
be
always
joining you
I
today.
always tell people that Mary Therese sometimes is kind of long, so MT would keep you from calling me Mother Therese or Sister Mary Therese, so MT's fine.
All right.
So let's talk about what you do, because one of the things, and I love your website, by the way, it's very easy to maneuver on your website, which is huge when you are talking with people who want to tell their story. Because you're also educating and informing them. And one of the things that I loved is that you talk about pre-qualified prospects. Why is it important in this world of people on social media who just look for the likes to understand that having a qualified customer is so much more important than a like?
So a like is simply a vanity metric, and there's a little bit of psychology behind it. So always, you really need to be thinking about what's going to move the needle for you. And likes, it's like, okay, sure, you might like my stuff, but it takes very little effort to hit the like button. That's why the algorithms hold sort of a weight to each of the type of activities that you take on social media. And the like is, you can kind of view that as like 1 point, right? And, whether it's a comment or a share, those give more weight. And a comment, for instance, shows that somebody actually took the time, and hopefully it's a well thought out comment, and wanted to post there. And if they wanted to share that, that's even better, because then they're saying, now I really, really like you, right? So they're going to share it with the rest of their particular audience or their tribe, whoever they're connected with. So likes, they make you feel good, but in the big scheme of things, they're not as important as other metrics that you need to be paying attention to.
No, likes are not going to make your mission happen, and they're not going to pay your light bill, that's for sure. But partnering with a company like yours is a very smart thing to do. Even if you've got an in-house media and marketing person, why is it important to maybe partner with someone like you?
So what I always tell people is there's only so many hours in the day, and everybody's being asked to wear more hats now. And what ends up happening is you take your staff and you end up with a jack or jill of all trades instead of a master of one, right? So when you start spreading your team too thin, nothing can get done the way you would really want it to. So what is the cost of your time? What is the cost of missed opportunities? Because if you're putting out stuff that's mediocre, or if things get missed, if deadlines get missed, because it's like, oh, well, that's not as important. Did you lose a customer because somebody didn't even see your stuff to begin with because you missed your own deadlines? So it's all about prioritizing and mapping your team to what they do best, even if it's giving them a leg up by having somebody else simply create a content calendar for you, or maybe somebody else creates your graphics or your videos. So have your team play to their strengths and let someone else fill in their weaknesses. And you can even use things, I'm a fan of not doing contracts. I always say I want people to want to work with me, not feel like they have to work with me. So there's always opportunities, and there's other agencies like that too, where it's like, just get the help that you need when you need it, even if it's short term. Maybe you've got a new project you're bringing on. So just put your best foot forward. And we all want to put out content and let the best that we can. So why not get that extra help when you need it? There's no harm, no foul, right? It's not a weakness asking for help. It's actually a strength.
It is absolutely a strength. And I love your passion, Angela. How did you get into this business?
I have been in sales and marketing. So I like to say at the turn of the century, because that makes it sound like a really long time. But right. So, when I was little, we always have these dreams when we're growing up and what we're going to do. And, even moving into high school, I always thought I'd be an attorney or do something with computers. And I remember even when I was little, having the lemonade stand in front of my grandma's, yard, right? And we had a great location because we were on the corner. And I understood back then even the power of, your ROI, because we had a fresh lemon tree in the backyard. So I really got to make fresh
Wow.
And then it even grew from there. And then I remember when I took my first marketing class just at a community college, I'm like, oh, that's it. This is what I was born to do, because I love being creative and thinking of different fun things. And I remember back then I, was creating these great commercials, even in that class. I'm like, oh, this is what I have to do. And I'd worked for other people for, probably a decade. And at one point I got laid off, and I said, you know what? I've always wanted to start my own company. I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, and that's it. And I took that leap, and that was it. And that was back in 2010.
Well, I just from getting to know you and perusing your website, you're killing it. Keep doing what you're doing. And I do hope that you'll come back on the program to talk even further.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for carving out the time, Angela. We appreciate it. And for the rest of you, we can make that connection for you. If you want to reach out to Angela, you want to know more about 6 Degrees Digital Media, we are at dailyadbrief.com. Very easy to do. Pencil us in. Come back. Actually, ink us in. Ink us in. Come back for more Media Champions. We've got a lot more to share with you. I'm your host, Mary Therese in Atlanta. Make it a great day.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.